Italian chemist Stanislao Cannizzaro is famous on several accounts. He was born in Palermo, Sicily in 1826. In his childhood he received an education delivered by priests and survived a cholera pandemic before he entered his hometown university to study medicine in 1845. However, within a short time he had transferred to the University of Pisa to work as an assistant to the natural product chemist Raffaella Piria, a former student of Dumas. But this was at a time when the Italian peninsula was composed of several states, many of which were controlled by the Austrian Empire, and 1848 saw a number of uprisings, including one in Sicily which coincided with one of Cannizzaro's visits home. The uprising did not go well, and Cannizzaro, who had sided with the rebels, fled into exile in Europe the following year. However, fortune favored him, as he then spent 2 years working in the laboratories of the influential French chemist Xerse. After these 2 years, he took up a position at the National College of Alessandria in Piedmont near Turin, and it was here where his work culminated in his discovery of the preparation of benzyl alcohol from benzaldehyde using the reaction that now bears his name. However, in 1855 Cannizzaro moved again, this time to become chair of chemistry at the nearby University of Genoa, and here he wrote an even more famous work, and this was his sketch of a course of chemical philosophy. He presented this 2 years later at the 1860 Karlsruhe Chemistry Congress, at a time when there was much confusion about molecular weights and formulas. As late as 1848, for example, German professor Leopold Gmelin, in his Handbook of Chemistry, wrote that the formula of water was more likely to be HO than H2O. Cannizzaro cleared up these confusions once and for all by showing that an 1811 proposal by fellow Italian Amedeo Avogadro about gas densities and molecular compositions was actually right after all. However, 1860 was also the year that Garibaldi began his expedition of the 1000, and within a short time the Sicilian monarchy had been overthrown and the unification of Italy had begun. Cannizzaro thus returned to Sicily after the fighting had taken place, and he became involved in the new council, and the following year his comeback was complete when he became professor of chemistry at his hometown University of Palermo. Thank you so much for listening to the very end, and I hope to see you again sometime soon.